Welcome. Today we're exploring the top 4 rare United States of America Lincoln penny 1-cent coins, each valued for different conditions, key mint marks, and special varieties that collectors are always searching for. From early wheat cents and scarce low mintage dates to famous era coins and beautifully preserved uncirculated examples, these Lincoln pennies can sometimes be worth far more than their face value. The condition of the coin, whether it is heavily circulated, lightly worn, uncirculated, or preserved in pristine mint state, plays a major role in determining its collector value. Mint marks such as P, D, and S, along with rare no-mint mark varieties and notable minting errors, significantly affect rarity and demand among collectors. Let's get started. First up, the 1982 Lincoln penny, 1-cent coin without a mint mark in circulated condition, is one of the most fascinating coins in modern United States coinage, not because of its size or face value, but because of the incredible transition it represents. A year that changed the very composition of the penny forever and created hidden varieties that collectors still search for today. At first glance, this coin may appear simple, worn, and ordinary, yet beneath its brown copper surface lies a powerful story of change, innovation, and economic adjustment, making it one of the most talked-about pennies among collectors and enthusiasts. Minted at the Philadelphia Mint, as indicated by the absence of a mint mark, this coin carries with it the legacy of one of the oldest and most historic minting facilities in the United States, a place where millions of coins began their journey into circulation. On the obverse side, the familiar and iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln immediately captures attention, reminding us of the enduring legacy of a leader whose influence continues to shape history even today. This portrait, originally designed by Victor David Brenner, has remained one of the most recognizable images in American coinage, symbolizing strength, unity, and leadership. Even in circulated condition, Lincoln's profile remains visible, though softened by time, with gentle wear that tells the story of decades spent moving through hands, pockets, and everyday transactions. Above his head, the phrase "In God We Trust" still stands, slightly worn yet clearly readable, carrying a message that has endured across generations. To the left, liberty appears, a symbol of freedom and identity, while the date 1982 anchors this coin in one of the most important years in penny history. What makes 1982 truly special is that it was a transition year, when the United States Mint shifted from solid copper pennies to zinc-based coins with a thin copper coating, creating multiple varieties within the same year. This means that a 1982 penny is not just one coin, but part of a complex family of variations, including differences in weight, composition, and even date styles, making it incredibly exciting for collectors to study and identify. Turning the coin over, the Lincoln Memorial design stands proudly, a symbol of respect and remembrance that replaced the earlier wheat design decades before. The structure, though slightly worn, still reflects its detailed architecture, representing the strength and unity of the nation. The words United States of America stretch across the top, clearly marking the coin's origin, while 1 cent below defines its denomination. Above the memorial, E pluribus unum reminds us of unity, a principle deeply connected to Lincoln's legacy and the identity of the United States. In circulated condition, this coin carries visible signs of wear, including softened edges, light scratches, and a smooth surface that reflects years of handling. Its brown shade comes from natural aging, as copper reacts with the environment over time, creating a warm, rich tone that collectors often find appealing. Each mark on the coin tells a story, not of damage, but of life, showing that this penny has been part of real human experiences over many years. It may have passed through countless hands, been used in everyday purchases, or even stored away in jars and collections, quietly waiting to be rediscovered. Collectors are particularly interested in 1982 pennies because of the possibility of rare variations, such as differences in weight between copper and zinc versions, making each coin worth examining closely. Even a circulated example like this can hold hidden surprises, especially if it belongs to a less common variety from that transition year. The coin's worn appearance adds to its authenticity, giving it a sense of history that uncirculated coins simply cannot replicate. Holding this penny today feels like holding a piece of change itself, a moment when the United States Mint made a major shift that would affect billions of coins produced afterward. The Lincoln Cent series, which began in 1909, continues to be one of the most collected coin series in the world, loved for its history, simplicity, and connection to a legendary president. Even decades later, coins like the 1982 penny remain relevant, studied, and admired by collectors who appreciate both their historical significance and their potential hidden value. The combination of its transition year importance, circulated condition, and classic design makes this coin more than just a piece of currency. it becomes a small but meaningful artifact of American history. Every detail, from the worn lettering to the smooth fields, contributes to its identity, making it unique among billions of coins produced that year. It reminds us that sometimes the most ordinary-looking objects can hold the most extraordinary stories, waiting to be discovered by those who take a closer look. For collectors, this penny represents both a challenge and an opportunity, encouraging them to study, compare, and understand the subtle differences that can make a coin truly special. And while it may seem like just a simple 1-cent coin, under the right conditions and with rare characteristics, a 1982 Lincoln penny like this can reach an astonishing value of $45,000. Next up, the 1980 Lincoln penny, 1-cent coin without a mint mark in circulated condition, may appear small and ordinary, yet it holds a quiet power that many overlook, a silent witness to decades of everyday life, moving through countless hands and carrying with it a story far greater than its simple copper surface suggests. Born in the historic Philadelphia Mint, this coin entered the world without a mint mark, a subtle detail that tells collectors exactly where its journey began, in one of the most important coin-producing facilities in American history, where millions of coins were created to fuel the daily rhythm of commerce. From the very beginning, this penny was never meant to sit still. It was meant to travel, to exchange hands, to become part of daily life, and over the years, it has done exactly that, becoming a tiny traveler across time. On the front of the coin, the unmistakable portrait of Abraham Lincoln stands as a timeless symbol of strength, resilience, and leadership, reminding us of a man whose legacy continues to shape history. This iconic design was created by Victor David Brenner, whose work has endured for generations, making the Lincoln penny one of the most recognizable coins in the world. Even in circulated condition, Lincoln's profile still carries dignity, though softened by years of use, with every worn detail adding depth and authenticity to the coin's appearance. Above his head, the words "I in God we trust" remain visible, slightly faded yet powerful, echoing a message that has traveled across decades with this coin. To the left, liberty stands as a bold reminder of the nation's core values, while the date 1980 anchors this coin in a specific era, a time of change and movement in the world. This was not just a year on a coin, it was a moment in history, and this penny was there, quietly participating in the everyday flow of life. Turning to the reverse side, the Lincoln Memorial rises into view, a symbol of honor and remembrance, representing the enduring respect for Lincoln's legacy. Even with wear, the structure's columns are still visible, standing strong despite the passage of time, much like the values they represent. The words United States of America stretch proudly across the top, clearly marking its origin, while 1 cent below defines its humble denomination. Above the memorial, E pluribus unum continues to symbolize unity, a message that remains as relevant today as it was when the coin was minted. The circulated condition of this coin is where its true beauty lies, not in perfection, but in experience, in the marks and textures that tell a story of real life. Its brown shade, formed through natural oxidation, gives it a warm, aged appearance, a visual reminder of the years it has spent in motion. Each scratch and smooth surface is a memory, a record of moments that cannot be recreated, making this coin completely unique. It may have been part of countless transactions, used to buy small items, saved in jars, or passed along without a second thought, yet all those moments have shaped its identity. Collectors often treasure such coins because they carry authenticity, a sense of connection to the past that untouched coins cannot provide. The individuality of this penny makes it special, as no two circulated coins share the same journey or wear pattern. Every detail, from the softened edges to the faded lettering, contributes to its story, turning a simple coin into a piece of living history. The Lincoln Penny series itself is one of the most iconic in the world, spanning generations and connecting people through a shared piece of currency. Coins like this 1980 penny remind us that history is not only found in books or monuments, but also in everyday objects that we often overlook. Holding this coin today feels like holding a fragment of time, a direct link to the past and the countless lives it has touched. It invites us to imagine where it has been, who has held it, and what stories it could tell if it could speak. The simplicity of its design, combined with the depth of its history, makes it a powerful symbol of continuity and change. For collectors, it is not just about rarity, but about meaning, about the journey that gives the coin its character and value. Even the smallest details become important, revealing clues about its life and the era it represents. This coin proves that even something as small as a penny can hold incredible significance when viewed through the lens of history and human experience. It stands as a reminder that value is not always obvious. Sometimes it is hidden beneath layers of time, waiting to be discovered. And in the world of coin collecting, Discoveries like this can transform an ordinary-looking piece into something extraordinary, something truly valuable. Because under the right conditions, with the right characteristics and story behind it, a 1980 Lincoln penny like this can reach an astonishing value of $45,000. Next up, the 1988 Lincoln penny, 1-cent coin without a mint mark in red, very fine condition, may look like a small and simple coin at first glance, but once you truly focus on it, it becomes something much more powerful, a shining piece of history that carries both beauty and meaning within its bright copper surface. This coin was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, and the absence of a mint mark quietly confirms its origin, connecting it to a long tradition of coin production that has shaped the everyday economic life of the United States for generations. Unlike many older pennies that have turned dark and worn, this particular 1988 penny stands out with its rich red color, a sign that it has been preserved well and has avoided heavy oxidation over time. That red tone gives the coin a fresh and almost glowing appearance, making it visually striking and highly attractive to collectors who value both condition and color. On the obverse side, the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln appears with clarity and strength, his features still well-defined despite slight signs of circulation. This design, created by Victor David Brenner, has become one of the most recognized images in coin history, representing leadership, resilience, and national identity. Lincoln's profile in this condition shows fine detail, with visible lines in his hair and face that bring the design to life, making the coin feel more like a piece of art than simple currency. Above his head, the phrase "In God We Trust" is bold and readable, maintaining its presence with only minimal wear, reflecting the coin's very fine state. To the left, Liberty stands clearly, symbolizing freedom, while the date 1988 anchors the coin in a modern era of American history filled with progress and change. This coin quietly moved through that time, participating in daily transactions while maintaining much of its original beauty. Turning the coin to the reverse side reveals the Lincoln Memorial, still sharp and detailed, showing the quality of the original minting and the careful preservation of this piece. The columns of the memorial are visible, standing strong and clear, reflecting both the craftsmanship of the mint and the coin's well-kept condition. The words United States of America stretch across the top with clarity, while 1 cent below defines its denomination. Above the memorial, E pluribus unum continues to represent unity, tying the coin to the identity of the nation. The red color of this coin is one of its most important features, as it indicates that the coin has retained its original copper brilliance, something that becomes rare as coins age. This color suggests that the coin has not been heavily exposed to air or rough handling, preserving its surface in a way that collectors highly value. In very fine condition, the coin shows only slight wear on the highest points, meaning most of the original details remain intact and visible. This creates a perfect balance between history and beauty, allowing the coin to tell its story while still looking impressive. Every small mark on the coin adds character without taking away from its overall appeal, making it unique among others from the same year. It may have passed through a few hands, but it has clearly been treated with care, allowing it to maintain its striking appearance. Collectors often search for coins like this because they combine condition, color, and history in a single piece. The Lincoln Penny series itself is one of the longest-running and most popular coin series in the world, connecting generations through a shared piece of currency. Coins like this 1988 penny continue to gain attention because they show how even modern coins can become collectible over time. Holding this coin today feels like holding a preserved moment, a small piece of the past that still shines in the present. It reminds us that even everyday objects can carry beauty and meaning when they are viewed with attention and appreciation. The shine of the red copper, the clarity of the design, and the story behind it all come together to create something truly special. Each detail, from the lettering to the portrait, contributes to the coin's identity and makes it stand out. For collectors, this coin represents more than just value. It represents history, craftsmanship, and the excitement of discovery. It shows that even a simple 1-cent coin can become something extraordinary when preserved in the right condition. And while it may appear modest, under the right conditions and with rare characteristics, a 1988 Lincoln penny like this can reach an incredible value of $45,000. Next up, the 1975 Lincoln penny, 1-cent coin without a mint mark in very fine condition, may seem like an ordinary piece of currency at first glance, but when you slow down and truly observe its details, it begins to reveal a rich and fascinating story that stretches across decades of American history and everyday life. Minted at the Philadelphia Mint, this coin carries no mint mark, a subtle but important detail that connects it to one of the most historic and influential minting facilities in the United States, where millions of coins were produced and released into circulation. From the moment it was struck, this penny entered a world of movement and exchange, becoming part of daily transactions, passing from hand to hand, quietly collecting stories without ever speaking a word. On the obverse side, the powerful and instantly recognizable portrait of Abraham Lincoln stands as a symbol of leadership, unity, and resilience, reminding us of a man whose influence continues to shape the identity of a nation. This timeless design was created by Victor David Brenner, whose artistic vision brought life to one of the most iconic coin designs in history. In very fine condition, Lincoln's profile retains much of its original detail, with clear lines in the hair and face, showing only light wear on the highest points. Above his head, the phrase "In God We Trust" remains bold and readable, reflecting the coin's preserved state and the strength of its design. To the left, liberty is clearly visible, representing freedom, while the date 1975 anchors this coin in a specific period of time filled with change and development. This coin was part of that era, moving through everyday life, participating in countless small exchanges that made up the fabric of daily living. Turning to the reverse side, the Lincoln Memorial appears with impressive clarity, its columns still visible and well-defined, reflecting both the quality of the minting process and the coin's well-preserved condition. The structure stands as a symbol of respect and remembrance, honoring Lincoln's legacy and the unity of the nation. The words United States of America stretch across the top, clearly marking its origin, while 1 cent below defines its denomination. Above the memorial, E pluribus unum continues to represent unity, a message that has remained meaningful throughout history. The very fine condition of this coin gives it a special balance between history and beauty, showing signs of circulation while still maintaining strong detail. Its surface may have slight wear, but it has avoided heavy damage, allowing it to retain much of its original appearance. The color of the coin, often a rich brown or reddish brown, comes from natural aging, as copper reacts with the environment over time. This natural toning adds character and depth, making the coin visually appealing and unique. Each small mark or scratch tells a story, not of damage, but of experience, showing that the coin has been part of real human life. It may have been used in small purchases, saved in jars, or passed through countless hands over the years. Collectors often appreciate coins like this because they combine authenticity with preserved detail, offering the best of both worlds. The uniqueness of each circulated coin makes it special, as no two coins share exactly the same journey or wear pattern. This individuality adds to its charm and makes it more than just a mass-produced object. The Lincoln Penny series itself is one of the most popular and widely collected coin series in the world, known for its long history and connection to a legendary figure. Coins like the 1975 penny continue to attract attention because they represent both history and everyday life in a simple yet meaningful way. Holding this coin today feels like holding a piece of the past, a direct link to the people and moments that came before. It reminds us that even the smallest objects can carry deep meaning and historical importance. The balance of detail and wear gives the coin a personality, making it stand out despite being one of millions produced. For collectors, this coin represents not just value, but a story, a journey through time that can be seen and felt. It shows that beauty can exist even in worn objects, and that history often lives in the most unexpected places. And while it may seem like just a simple 1-cent coin, under the right conditions and with rare characteristics, a 1975 Lincoln penny like this can reach an incredible value of $45,000.